together on Up TV.
The boys can be very aggressive and mischievous, especially Hunter.
Hunter.
I really wanted to find out if Hunter understood the impact on his family when he misbehaves, and so I decided to have a conversation with him.
We have such an aggressive family.
Right. Who do you think's more aggressive?
My daddy.
Your dad.
Sometimes he's just unhappy because my mama is unhappy with him. My mama says to my daddy, get out my life and stuff like that.
Right, okay. So basically, Mummy and Daddy have their arguments and stuff like that.
It usually happens at night around 11 and 9, stuff like that.
And then how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like they're about to divorce.
And have you ever heard your parents mention that word before, divorce?
This was quite surprising to hear this from Hunter, because I hadn't seen Mum and Dad in a place where I thought it was that bad.
Something smells good.
Sometimes parents try too hard to cover up the little flaws that are happening there and then, but you know that there's got to be something going on, otherwise you wouldn't be there.
Father God, we just give you thanks for this meal. We pray that you'll be with us this evening. In your gracious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks for today.
Right,
And
thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow for the family meeting.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
I am very nervous knowing I'm going to sit down with Joe. I've got all ideas. She's going to tell Greg and I it's not the kids, it's Greg and I that are causing these issues that's in our home.
Well, it's been an interesting observation day, to say the least. But at the end of the day, I'm able to read between the lines. That's my job. So, we get to have a family meeting. I hope they're ready for it. So, let's talk about discipline. There isn't really a discipline in this house. You talk a good talk, but there is no following through. There is no warning. There is no, this is what we expect from you.
You're right, the boys don't know what their consequences are.
And everybody has to learn that. There are consequences, whether they're good or bad, for whatever action you take. And it's about teaching these kids to not be impulsive, but to listen, take direction, and do as they're told. Okay, so let's talk about homework. Rivers, he's very, very nervous when he does his homework.
Most definitely. The longer we sit here, the more frustrated we get, the more nervous Rivers gets.
It's creating this hostility between you all, and you're
keep
making
on.
the situation worse. I think that there's a good, happy medium in being able to find more independence in doing the subjects he can do and the ones that he is going to need more help with, and pacing that homework so that you're not forever spending 3 or 4 hours a night doing that.
Well, we're ready to make a change for that.
Okay, so let's knuckle down and talk about the boys to men stuff. I've listened to you talk about them needing to be mentally strong and be tough and be able to pack a punch, but where does it leave room for the 3 of you to be more emotionally connected? It's not unmanly for them to be in tap with their emotions. It's very important because it allows them to have smart, intelligent conversations that can lead to resolution rather than using their fists. I wasn't happy in the slightest to hear Hunter's mouth. He thinks it's okay to go around calling people a.
No, that's not okay.
He claims Daddy says it. You lead by example. And what role model are you being?
It's not okay.
It's got to change. It's got to change. You've kept quiet, but your mouth said a lot. Look at this. You've got a wife who's almost too scared to speak at the table in case it causes conflict.
It's hard to point flaws out because you know it's going to resort in an argument sooner or later.
Saying that, I do want to talk about communication, because communication between the pair of you is hot when it shouldn't be. Hunter's told me that this is what's gone down. You fire off at one another, you get nasty with one another, and it's not good. And everything that you're seeing from your children is coming from what's been going on between the pair of you. Hunter's scared that his parents are going to get a divorce. I'd like to get busy doing some work.
Coming up on Supernanny, Dad hears some harsh truths
Makes me feel like you're about to divorce.
and hits the roof.
You're turning this to something that it's not.
Turning what into what?
This whole situation.
Right.
I'm not even talking to you.
When Supernanny returns.